Greetings, this is Emily and I'd like to welcome you to this Uni-edit video. Why do some peer reviewers use poor English in their comments to authors? When reading over the comments you receive from peer reviewers, it is possible that you've noticed that some reviews have poor English. I asked, therefore, experienced peer reviewers for their thoughts about why some peer reviewers fail to ensure their English is error-free. Peer reviewer is not a native English speaker. The most common reason is simply that the peer reviewer is not a native speaker of English. The main criterion for being a peer reviewer is expertise in the field of research, and often the experts are researchers from places where English is not the first language. Consequently, the English writing in the peer review is not native and contains errors. However, this is not the only reason. The author usually is unaware of this because the peer reviewers are usually blinded. Journal editor may or may not edit the peer review before sending it to the author. One journal editor stated that she has been aware of poorly written English in a few reviews. However, if the review is good overall, she usually edits the errors before forwarding it to the author. Many journals would simply not have the time or resources to edit the English of peer reviewers, and it would also slow down the peer review process. Peer reviewers have full schedules. Possible reasons for such errors are that peer reviewers, as unpaid volunteers, take on too much and rush their responses to get the reviews done. Sometimes academics are frustrated with the poor quality of the paper in terms of language or content, and younger academics in particular sometimes don't like to say no when asked to review by senior academics they want to impress, though of course that can backfire if a review is poor. Some peer reviewers care about the English in the review. One stated the following, quote, "I think this is poor practice. We can all make mistakes from time to time, but reviews should also be well written and easy to understand. I couldn't say why people don't take the time to fix it, as I always try to write a comprehensible and comprehensive review." The quality of the review content matters more. Stephen agreed that while seeing errors in the peer reviewer's review is suboptimal, quote, "the value peer reviewers bring should be judged by the quality of their feedback as opposed to the level of care taken in their writing. Ideally, both would be addressed," end quote. Sarah raised the point that sometimes academics are non-native speakers of English themselves, which raises the question about whether non-native speakers of English should conduct peer reviews in a foreign language and whether they should comment on language in the manuscript without having a native level competency themselves. Once again, this is Emily from Uni-edit. Have a wonderful day.